Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. It's May 7th and here is the latest news. I'm Hiba Samad. Thanks for joining us. Torrance students got a first look at how local government works. Today was the City of Torrance Students and Government Day, a program that's been around for 13 years. 28th graders were able to shadow members of the City Council and executive staff this afternoon. This evening, the students will sit at the dais and participate in a simulated council meeting. The day was created to assist Torrance students in developing an effective civics education so they can become more informed and involved citizens and voters. They learn the rules of the City Council and City staff by learning the mechanics of self-governance and participating at the local level. This year, students were asked to design a program and explain how it can help make our community a better, safer, friendlier place to live. They also had to describe what tools they would use and how they would put their idea in action and why. We'll have the full story and hear from the students on This Week in Torrance on Thursday. As the slurry seal project makes progress, drivers can expect some delays throughout this week. Today from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Arlington Avenue from Plaza Del Amo to Carson Street southbound lanes were closed and parking was not allowed. Tomorrow on Gramercy Avenue from Carson Street to Plaza Del Amo and 222nd Street from Arlington Avenue to Cabrillo Avenue will be closed and parking will be prohibited. Then this Friday, you can expect closures on Andreo Avenue from Carson Street to Plaza Del Amo and 218th Street from Arlington Avenue to Gramercy Avenue. Detours will be in place at all of the streets. Staff say the goal is to complete the work as quickly as possible and as safely as possible. Now, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and for many, it's a time to shower their loved ones with fresh blooms. Well, for one local store, it's already bustling with business and gives us tips on what's trending this year. Family-owned business Andy's Florist has been around for more than 24 years, and this year Mother's Day is busier than ever before. They have everything from fresh imported flowers to seasonal ones such as peonies, tulips, and lilacs. They're also selling preserved flowers called the Forever Roses that come in many colors. These flowers come from Ecuador and can last for years. Now, if you're looking for another type of flower to last long, orchids is also a good choice. Stay safe. Staff say you know when you have a bouquet from them because they place a small crystal in one of the blooms. Another trend for this year were a tight, abundant pave bouquet that looks like flower on flower design. Despite having nearly 100 orders per day through the holiday, Andy's Florists still are accepting orders.
Obviously roses are standing tall because of the weather. They've come in so strong, and just the long stem roses are just, we're getting so much positive feedback from our customers saying that their flowers are lasting forever and a day.
Andy's Florist is located on Hawthorne Boulevard near 230th Street. You can head to andysflorist.com for more information. In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, some restaurants are offering deals and even free meals. Today is also called Teacher Appreciation Day. Chipotle is offering teachers, faculty, and other school staff with a valid school ID a buy one, get one free offer from 3 p.m. to close. The deal works for all educators and for in-restaurant orders only. Luna Grill at the Del Amo Fashion Center is giving away 20% off any order through this Saturday. The city's Traffic Commission is moving forward in making one intersection safer. Last night, the commission unanimously approved moving forward in installing dedicated left turn lanes in the northbound and southbound directions on Van Ness Avenue at 166th Street. Records show this intersection has had 17 accidents over the past 5 years, with majority of them having to do with left turns. Currently, drivers have to yield before turning. City staff took into account public input regarding alternatives to enhance safety at this intersection. The change will improve driver visibility and safety at the intersection. Street parking will be eliminated 200 feet north and south of 166th Street on both sides of Van Ness Avenue. City staff are looking to renovate one of Torrance's oldest parks and wants your input. They're calling on all community members to participate in discussions about the potential in design and renovation of Torrance Park. This is the first of 5 community meetings taking place beginning this Saturday at 10 a.m. at Torrance Park Band Shell located at 2001 Santa Fe Avenue. This will help the city get one step closer towards getting funding to renovate through a statewide park program. It's under Proposition 68, which was approved by California voters in 2018 and authorized $4 billion in general obligation bonds for state and local parks to other types of projects. The city has already received 4 quotes from landscape architectural firms to help with the process. Torrance Park is located in the southeast area of the city and was built in 1930. During the city council meeting tonight, officials will ask members to approve a purchase order for one firm to help with the process. If you can't make this meeting, the next one will be on Wednesday, May 15th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the same location. For more information, you can contact the Community Services Department at 310-618-2930. For one day, you'll be able to stop by any Torrance Fire Department and learn what it's like to be a first responder firsthand. This Saturday is Fire Service Day, and all Torrance Fire Departments will have their doors open to the community. It helps bring public awareness to the constant efforts in fire emergency response and educating the community on paying attention to fire safety. It'll also give people an opportunity to know the firefighters who serve and protect us. You can stop by from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Fire Service Day is held nationwide by fire departments. Tonight, during City Council meeting, the city will proclaim May 11th as a Fire Service Day. They'll encourage people to take advantage of community risk safety programs offered and to urge people to be prepared in the event of an emergency. Torrance has 6 fire stations. 3 large utility companies launched a statewide education campaign to prevent wildfires. PG&E, San Diego Gas and Electric, and Southern California Edison are collaborating on a campaign called Power of Being Prepared to inform residents about public safety power shutoffs during very high or extreme fire threats. This is happening now as it coincides with Wildfire Preparedness Week. It also is a joint effort with the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services and others. Public safety power shutoffs is a program that calls for the proactive de-energization of power lines in high fire risk areas when there are specific conditions. There will be radio ads, preparedness resources, and a new website at prepareforpowerdown.com. Governor Gavin Newsom recently reported that more than 25 million acres of California wildlands are classified under very high or extreme fire threat, and 25% of the state's population, nearly 11 million people, live in that high-risk area, according to the utility companies. During the campaign, people are urged to prepare emergency kits, download the Red Cross Emergency app, and have a family plan. A special member of the Torrance Police Department is stepping down from the service. After 5 years, K-9 Nemo is retiring. During his career, Nemo was assigned to the Patrol Bureau and conducted deployments outside the city of Torrance with searches, trainings, and community events. He will now enjoy retirement at home with his partner and handler, Officer Ray Lara. Let's get to the weather. Today was cloudy with a high of 64 degrees with a low of 57. Then tomorrow and Thursday, there will be a high of 64 degrees with an expected low of 58 and 59. Then you might want to pull out your umbrellas on Thursday because you can expect a 10% chance of rain. Don't forget to tune into the City Council meeting that starts at 7 p.m. Council members will proclaim various special days and events happening in the city, including Citizen CPR and AED Awareness Week, Mental Health Month, and Public Service Recognition Week. Make sure to tune in at the top of the hour right here on Torrance City Cable. A deadly drug-resistant infection is now in the state of California. Candida auris is a fungus that targets people with weak immune systems and is known to spread in healthcare facilities. It was first discovered in the United States in 2013. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about half of the people who get the infection die. So far, 2 people have been diagnosed in the state, and health officials say the fungus presents a serious global health threat. The biggest concern is that it's hard to identify, resistant to multiple drugs, and can easily spread in hospitals. Most people who get the infection are already sick from other medical conditions. The most invasive symptoms to look out for are fever and chills that don't improve after antibiotic treatment. Health officials are working towards better understanding the infection. Now let's get to events. Tomorrow, the Addict Teen Center is hosting a workshop called Mind Your Health, Take Charge of Your Health. Teens are invited to build a nutrition plan that considers both mind and body, learning how our brain is reacting to what we eat. Also exploring how healthier eating habits can improve your mental state. Registered dietitian Diana Lipson will be speaking. The program is free and there is no registration needed. It takes place from 4 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. This Saturday, you can give back to those in need. It's the annual Letter Carriers Food Drive. All you have to do is put non-perishable donations in a bag by your mailbox, and it will be delivered to a local food bank. But put the donations out before your letter carrier's normal pickup time. All of the food stays local. It's a 27th annual event put on by the National Association of Letter Carriers. Then for $10, you can experience the 6th Annual Jazz Festival and Gala concert this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at El Camino College. Renowned drummer and percussionist Alex Acume will be the featured guest artist. There will be a master class, student performances, and an evening gala concert. Daytime admission is free for the festival, but you have to buy a ticket for the evening, concert and general admission. Well, in just 2 minutes, Neera Chanani, the CEO of the new and only boutique hotel in Torrance, will join me live and we'll be talking about the grand opening this week. We'll be back in just a few.
Queen is just my everything. Right now, I wouldn't know where my life would be without her.
They say chivalry is dead. It's not. Terrence is a gentleman. He opens doors. His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. It takes me to a place of no hope. It takes me to a place of loneliness. It saddens me. When you discriminate against somebody in housing, where do these people go? Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. Joining me is CEO Neera Chanani of Bluestem Hotel, which is the newest and first boutique hotel in the beautiful city of Torrance. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. So last week we got a sneak peek by you, and the hotel is absolutely stunning. And this week is the most anticipated moment, the grand opening.
Yep.
So talk to me about Bluestem and how you came up with the idea.
Sure. So I thought about where I wanted to put this hotel, right, to begin with, and that was Torrance. So let me start by talking about how I grew up in Torrance, and I graduated from South Torrance, and then I went to the Cornell Hotel School. So I was involved with hospitality from a young age, and I knew that I wanted to be involved with unique spaces. I lived and traveled all over the place and went to school in various places. And so during that time, I developed a real love for hospitality, for unique spaces. And so when I thought about where am I going to open my first boutique hotel, I thought, let me think back to my hometown of Torrance. And where is Torrance now? I studied the Torrance market dynamics. And Torrance is really in the middle of what I think is an explosive renaissance of sorts. We have these incredible craft breweries and this brand new mall and the secluded beach. And so I thought to myself, what don't we have? We don't have a cool, entertaining, authentic space, a boutique hotel. And Torrance means a lot to us as well, you know, growing up here, my parents live here and all of that. So given all that, I knew that I wanted to create the first boutique hotel here. And so that brought me to Bluestem here in Torrance.
As you just mentioned, you have a diverse background in hospitality and living here locally. So what does this grand opening mean to you this Thursday?
So like I said, the very excited to be a part of bringing something new and exciting and fresh and authentic to the city of Torrance and to the South Bay. Now I'm living here again. And also the process, right? So it's been a very intensive 3-year process, and it starts with the first year and a half of financials and budgets and designs, and we worked with the city very closely, which was wonderful, and the last year and a half or so of construction. So not only was this a very intense, you know, labor of love, but it's exciting for me to intertwine my background and what the city, the direction that it is moving in, and bring this new project to Torrance. And so the grand opening really signifies a lot to me.
And I'm excited to talk about all the details and the theme and all about the hotel more in depth. But how did you come up with the name Bluestem? Let's start with that.
Yeah, that's a question I get a lot. You know, knowing that I wanted to open a boutique hotel, I knew I wanted it to have a concept. And I wanted people to feel a certain thing when they entered the hotel. So since it's a Torrance-centric hotel, that was the direction I decided to go in. I studied various themes of Torrance, actually, and learned so much more about its history than I ever knew before. And one of the themes I'd come up with was actually transportation, because we have the automobiles and aerospace and Pacific Rail and all of that, cool design elements like historical tires. But then we looked at the Torrance customer, and the Torrance customer to us wanted something more calm, relaxing, evergreen, business and leisure travelers. And so another theme we had was inspired by the nearby MADRONA Marsh. And it's right down the street from us, and it's got beautiful birds, and it's got beautiful grasslands. So never thought I'd be doing this, but I was studying grasses, and I learned about Bluestem, which is abundant throughout Southern California, and it's a beautiful tufted grass with coral flowers, and it's evocative of a sanctuary. And so we really wanted to create a hotel that felt like a sanctuary, and it was very green and lush and relaxing. And we actually took the egret, which is the most popular bird from the Madrona Marsh. It's got a mohawk, and it's really fun. And that's our hotel's mascot. And this Bluestem grass became the name of the hotel. So it intertwined Torrance, green element, sanctuary, and all of that, you know, into one cool sounding name as well.
And that's only one part. I mean, you're partnering with breweries, local artists. So, and it's everywhere around the hotel. So I think for people, whether they're staying locally in the city and want a small vacation, or for people who are traveling throughout Los Angeles County, it's a great center hub to stop by at Bluestem and stay there and get that sanctuary feel where you don't get anywhere else.
Right.
So talk to me about the artwork and how you came about with some of the beautiful pieces that we're about to show to our viewers at your location.
So, you know, to start with, a lot of people don't know that Torrance is at the center of innovation of a lot of stuff, right? So we have, like I mentioned, the craft breweries. We have a lot of technology. We have a lot of things moving and feeling here. And so it wasn't that difficult for me to get out into the community and figure out who did I want to partner with to make this, you know, a Torrance authentic hotel. So obviously I'll start with the breweries, right? Because we've got 11 of them, and we're partnering with Strand House and Smog City. I mean, they're all amazing, and we really love their beers, and some of the decor on the beers really fit our theme. We're also working with Red Car Brewery for our grand opening, and, you know, eventually for catering and things like that. Also landscaping, right? So because we want to be a sanctuary-based hotel, we worked with nurseries all throughout the South Bay. Our landscape architect and landscape contractor were both from the South Bay, so they helped us select nurseries, so we were able to do a lot of local plants. And art. I think art is the biggest component. I talked to everybody from Eve at the Torrance Art Museum to Destination Art over in Old Town. And eventually I partnered with John Anderson from Visual Experience Fine Art. He has a gallery he's opening over on Hawthorne. And he listened to what I said, and I'm telling you, I spoke to 15 different art distributors all over the country, And he really understood what I was saying. And so he created beautiful art that was curated from 5 to 6 different local artists. It's throughout our guest room, so you won't find 2 rooms with the same art. Throughout our property, the public spaces, and it's beautiful. And there's food establishments which are being solidified now, so I'll announce those in a bit. But people are loving our bakery, our breakfast and bakery items, and so we'll be having some partnerships there as well.
Great, and as I mentioned earlier, it's centrally located to the 405, to LAX. Right. So what would you say your hotel offers to customers? And I do want to make a point that you already have had your soft opening, so people are already staying there right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah, so Torrance's location is actually pretty ideal. So it's 20 minutes south of LAX, right? And we're kind of in the center of Los Angeles attractions, like downtown LA, Hollywood, and then Orange County attractions like Disneyland. And we're also now 15 minutes from the new Ram Stadium, from StubHub. So we love being located in Torrance. And then within Torrance itself, our hotel, we're walking distance to the Wilson Park, the Torrance Farmers Market, all the concerts, Treehouse, all that they have to offer there. You know, great restaurants like the New York Deli are just footsteps away from us. And within 5 minutes, we have, you know, Old Town Torrance. We have all the hot LA restaurants now, Din Tai Fung, MADRONA, and all of that. And the best part, you know, is that we've got this amazing secluded beach just a couple miles away from us. So we love being located in Torrance.
Amazing. And we were just showing some video of the interior of the different rooms that are available. So let's talk about that. I know I visited and met with you and toured the rooms. They're beautiful, they're modern, and they have great pieces of artwork, as you mentioned. So tell me, what choices do people have if they want to stay at Bluestem?
Sure. So first of all, thank you. And second, we have 58 rooms, and they're all beautiful. The standard rooms, you can either choose from a king or a queen, and all of those rooms have 50-inch TVs. You can log into your Netflix or Amazon. We have blackout shades. We have glass front fridges. We have a huge barn door with a very open bathroom. We also, you know, aligning with our sanctuary theme, we have eco-friendly, organic bath amenities. You can also rent one of our executive suites, which have high vaulted ceilings. They have private balconies. They have wet bars, very interesting decor. All the art is different in them. So it makes for a really interesting experience. And all of our rooms include, like you said, people are already staying there. So includes this highly talked about, very scrumptious breakfast people seem to be very into. So that's also included in the rate.
And I want to talk again about the fountain and the beautiful outdoor patio where people can just sit and relax and enjoy, and they don't even have to leave their property. Talk to me about that and the sanctuary feeling when people visit that area of the hotel.
Sure. So, you know, when thinking about how to design this hotel, it's a boutique hotel. We're also a member of the Ascend Hotel Collection, so we really thought about how we're going to maintain our boutiqueness. And boutique hotels are a place where people want to be alone together. And so that's kind of how we designed the spaces. So the lobby and courtyard are one big space, essentially. There's a Fleetwood door separating them, which we keep open. The courtyard has a beautiful waterfall. It has 2 fire pits. It has all kinds of seating, so you can relax. You can work out there. We're fully plugged in everywhere throughout the hotel. And then you come into our lobby, which has a preserved moss wall, which is just beautiful, interesting art, a grab and go, so you can always get local beers, wine, food, beverages. And then we also, that takes you through the hallway to our business nook, our gym, buffet room. So there's various amenities there, and all of it has somewhat of a neutral palette with pops of color from this lush succulent garden in our courtyard and our preserved moss wall and the arts. So we tried to maintain that sanctuary feeling in our design as well as in the personality of the hotel.
I know you mentioned the Ascend group. For people who don't know, can you talk to me a little bit about what that means for your hotel to be part of this larger group that is representing you?
Absolutely. So when I knew I wanted to go boutique, I also knew I wanted to try to apply to be part of a boutique hotel collection. So customers know that we have to achieve certain standards. Customers know that they can earn reward points, and they can use them at other boutique hotels and other hotels in this Ascend Hotel Collections portfolio, which is nice. So it's not like you just go to one hotel. You can go to several hundred hotels. And Ascend is actually part of Choice Hotels, which has 6,000 hotels. So it's a big collection there. And also it makes the reservation system very easy for customers. So it's not complicated, just like the stay at Bluestem. We want everything about the experience to be uncomplicated.
A unique part of the experience that you didn't mention that is a beautiful, massive mural that is actually in the works right now. I wanted you to mention a little bit about that because it's going to be a big part of what this hotel is all about.
Yes, absolutely. So when you think about starting a mural, you can go in many, many directions. We knew that we wanted the intersection of Bluestem meets Torrance and try to figure out for many, many months what that means, and finally came to something. So the mural's backdrop will be Torrance Beach with that view of Mount Baldy and the intersection of that and the Madrona Marsh, which doesn't exist in real life. It's fantastical, but it's beautiful. And then we have a blue sun with its rays overlapping that entire backdrop. And that blue sun represents, of course, Bluestem, but also Torrance being a breezy city. And this mural is going to be quite large. It's about 75 to 80 feet wide and 10 to 12 feet in height. The interesting part about the mural, though, is from afar, you're just going to see this backdrop and it looks beautiful. But when you get up close, it's the artist's tattoo signature art. So there'll be hundreds of elements about Torrance and about Bluestem and the history of Torrance throughout and you won't see it from far, but when you look for it up close. So the whole point of that is you never get tired of the mural. And you keep coming and you keep exploring and you keep learning more and more about our city as well as about the hotel. So I think it's going to be a great Instagrammable moment, which we all know is very important these days.
That is very important. And before we go, I want to talk to you, how was it working with the City of Torrance? As you know, the City of Torrance is bustling with business, a lot of new businesses coming to the city. Yeah. How was it working with the Economic Development Department and other departments?
For us, it was, honestly, a very smooth experience, and I'm not just saying that. We've done a lot of construction in a lot of cities, and everybody from, Fran to Felipe, Danny, Sock, even our inspector, John Polliard, nobody likes their inspectors. We really liked our inspector. He was protecting us. He went out of his way to come and meet with me even when he didn't have to. So it was a very smooth experience for us. The least painful part of construction, which, as we all know, is not a very easy process.
Well, you're almost at the finish line. The grand opening is this Thursday. Congratulations on the wonderful hotel finally opening. And for anyone watching, they can follow the journey on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, they can stop by and check out the hotel. Thank you so much, Neera.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. City Council is back tonight. Have a great one.